Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Let's Play Warframe. I'm your host of the most, as always, Francois878. And in this video, I'm just going to be doing a short kind of first impressions on the new frame Equinox, introduced in Update 17. I will be doing a build video later this week for Equinox, but I just wanted to kind of give my first impressions and, how she played and how she feels, and just kind of do a little bit of a hype man thing, because Equinox is the most fun I've had with one of the newer frames in a long time. Now, I love Chroma, don't get me wrong. He's a great frame, and he has a lot of versatility in his moves, in his abilities, because of the connection with energy color. But Equinox really just has so much more than any other frame thus far. Equinox has 7 different abilities, and granted, the rage, rest and rage are very similar, but depending on the situation, one can be much more effective than the other. And being able to kind of adjust to the situation and knowing what you're going to be up against, and even like the mission types can be very important, and those are crucial for a good Equinox player. But that being said, Equinox can pretty much handle any situation amongst any of the game modes, because Equinox is both a support frame and a damage-dealing frame. And I don't mean, like Banshee, she can either be built as a DPS frame with sonar, or she can be built as a support frame, with Sonic Boom and Sonic Boom and Silence and Soundquake. I'm talking, if built correctly, Equinox can fill both the damage-dealing role and a support role at the same time, even amongst the same either the day side or the night side, with Provoke being a great support skill for your other teammates, and also Maim being an amazing damage-dealing skill. This is going to just turn into a gush video, but just initially playing Equinox for the first, for her first couple of levels, just felt really good. Even her first ability, which is her passive metamorphosis, which just switches this frame from day form to night form, can, when timed properly, the buff you get from switching can be implemented and can really, save you in some situations. Now, Rest and Rage is great. Rest is amazing for stealth missions. You can knock everybody out and either walk past them, or, they're open for melee finishers. Rage is is very risk and reward. You have to, be able to tell, well, if, is speeding this guy up going to end up getting me killed? Am I going to be able to kill this guy fast enough before he kills me? And Pacify and Provoke are both amazing skills. Provoke, obviously, just a team buff for power strength, can be so good if it's built properly, especially if you have a lot of DPS frames on your team. An extra 30 or 40% power strength can lead to thousands of extra damage. And Pacify, being able to decrease the amount of damage that you're taking by enemies, that can save your life. That's an amazing ability to have. And, Maim and Mend, there's not much to really say about them. Maim is just deal as much damage as you can, and then, hit it and nuke everything in the air, in the radius. And Mend, you do as much damage as you can, and then hit it, and then you heal everybody, Equinox is hands down one of the coolest frames that Digital Extremes has ever put out, and has versatility with almost any grouping of frames. You know, certain frames work better with certain other frames. That's just the way of it. But Equinox, I feel, can work really well with pretty much any combination of frames that you could possibly think of. And Equinox, she's just a great solid team player, really. And so yeah, that's pretty much my first impressions. She's a lot of fun to play, and she fits a bunch of different roles really, really well. But don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You can absolutely build Equinox to be both a night and a day. There's no such thing as building Equinox for just a night form or just a day form. You can do both. You really can, I promise. The build video is coming, and I'm going to show you guys the build that I chose to run with Equinox. That, like I said, does both. You can run both night and day, and it's encouraged because that would really increase the replayability and just the variability on Equinox exponentially. But thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more Warframe content and more Update 17 content coming soon. I will have that Equinox build video up in the next two or 3 days. It's not going to be a week. I'm not sure why I kept saying sometime this week. But again, this has been your host of the most, as always, Francois878, signing